Yeah. Okay. So how are you? Looking dull? Feeling sleepy? Or interesting? So let me just share my screen. Mhm. Um, okay. Great. Great, Harshvardhan. Temperature is cooler. Hmm. Okay. So yesterday we are here, right? Where we are actually discussing what exactly is a VPC and introduction to the components of VPC like subnets, route tables, internet gateway and all. So as said, let me just implement this. Okay, I hope you remember these concepts and all. So what I would do, I would just replicate the same way which I have explained in the console. Yeah. So first of all, let me just go back to the console. In AWS, in North Virginia region, let's go to the VPC service. Oh, just a minute. Let me just log in into it. Go to your VPCs. So as said, as soon as you create a VPC, there would be, sorry, as soon as you create an AWS account, there would be a default VPC in all the regions, in each region. Okay. So if you go to another region, you will have another VPC. May not be of this VPC because a VPC is region specific asset. Okay. So this is a default VPC and the EC2 instances which we have created till now are all in the default VPC. So now let's try to create a VPC in what do you call let's create a VPC, a custom VPC, and then create an instances in the custom VPC. Okay. So for that, let me just say a create VPC. Okay. So in North Virginia region, we are creating a VPC. I can just say a custom VPC. Okay. And it is expecting a CIDR. Okay. I would give this. I just say 10.0.0.0/16. Okay. And you can also enable IPv6. If you want to enable, you can also allow AWS to provide the IPv6 CIDR, or you can also create our own CIDR block. Okay, so as of now, we are not creating IPv6 and we are just sticking with IPv4 only. And next comes with the tenancy. So tenancy is basically, do you want to create the EC2 instances in this VPC on a dedicated hardware or on the shared hardware? So obviously dedicated would charge us. I will just go for the default one and create a VPC and close it. Okay, so now I have successfully created a VPC. You see, it's that simple to create a VPC, just giving a name and then giving the CIDR. Now, once I create a VPC, let me just go and create two subnets. One is public and other one is a private subnet with respect to CIDR. So in the left navigation, go to subnets, create the subnet, and you can just say public subnet. You can give whatever name you wanted. You need to just select in which VPC you are going to create. Obviously in our VPC, which we have just created. And here you would be defining an availability zone. So I said VPC is a region specific, whereas the subnet is availability zone specific. You need to create a subnet in a particular availability zone. Okay, so you can just select 1A, and I would give the CIDR of the subnet /24 and say create. You see, so what we have done, we given a name, we selected in which VPC we are creating the subnet, and we have given the subnet CIDR. The same way, I would create a private subnet. Okay, so I just say private subnet, select the custom VPC, availability zone as 1B. The same way, I'm creating a subnet in 1 and 1B just to differentiate, that's it. So you can create multiple subnets in a single availability zone also, doesn't matter. So 2.0/24. I said the subnet should not overlap. So if I try to give the same subnet as the previous one, you see, it says it's overlapping an existing CI subnet. Okay, so I should not give the same one and create it. So now I have created two subnets. One is public and the other one is a private. And then I would create the internet gateway to get the internet access to the VPC. So for that, let me just go to the console again, go to internet gateways and create internet gateway. Okay, so I just say custom internet gateway. Okay, and then create internet gateway. That's it. But if you see here, when I'm creating an internet gateway, I have not mentioned any VPC. So that means I have to explicitly go and attach it. So by default, it is in detached state. I have to okay. I have to go to actions and explicitly attach to VPC. Okay. So I need to select my VPC, custom VPC, and then attach. Okay. So now what I have done, I've created an internet gateway and I have attached to this VPC. Now let me just create the route tables and see the routing part. We'll see about the NAT at the end, not now. Okay. So first of all, we'll just ignore this NAT, and then first of all, I'll create a NAT, sorry, the route tables, the public route table and the private route table, and I will route this and just this. We'll add NAT at the end. Okay. So go to route tables in the left navigation and create a route table. Okay. So I just say public route table, and I select the VPC and create it. That's it. We'll see the routing aramse. Now, first of all, you have to create the route table and then you can go for routing. So private route table, and then select the VPC, and yeah, I think I selected the VPC I've created. So now what I have done, I just created the route tables. Now we'll see the routing part. First of all, let me add the internet gateway as a route in the route table. So click on the public subnet, go to routes in the in the down, and edit routes and add a router. So before I add internet gateway, if you see here, you already have a local route. Okay, so this means by default, all the machines within the same network can communicate within each other. You see, the destination is the VPC CIDR itself. So within the VPC, they can communicate. That's the meaning of target as local. Okay, and you cannot even remove this. You see, the one which I have added, I can just remove it and add it, but I cannot remove this rule. And for each route table, this route is by default to be there, mandatory, or you cannot even remove that. Okay, so let me just add internet gateway as a route first of all. So let me just select the internet gateway, and if you have created an internet gateway, you will find this. Otherwise, you will not find. It will tell the record not found. You have to go and create it and come back here. Okay, and then I would give as obviously internet and save the route. So now what I have done, I have added this internet gateway as a route. Now let me associate a public subnet to this route table, making this subnet as public. So close it, and next I have subnet associations, edit subnet associations, and you see the importance of giving tags. So now I can click on the public subnet and then save. Okay, the same way, click on the private route table. I'll not add route as of now. Let me just associate this subnet. Edit subnet associations, private subnet, and save it. Okay, so now my VPC setup is done. I have created a VPC, subnets, route tables, internet gateway, and all. Now what I would do, I would create an EC2 instances in two different subnets. One instance in public subnet and another instance in private subnet. So for that, let me just duplicate the tab. Under the services, just go to EC2. Okay, so go to running instances, launch the instance, click on the Ubuntu 60.0 for LTS, our good old AMI T2 micro, and here instead of default VPC, oh yeah, I missed one more thing. So what I would do, I go to subnets, click on the public subnet, go to actions and modify auto assign IP settings. Okay, so I will just enable this auto assign IPv4 address. So if I go and enable, what will happen? What are all the EC2 instances in the subnet will have public IP by default. You need not explicitly enable it. Okay, so every time when you're creating an EC2 instance, you need not enable it. By default, it would be enabled. Because I have not enabled for this subnet, the instance in this subnet will not have public IP by default. We will see where we can see that option. Okay, so let me just save it first of all and cancel, and let me launch again to refresh the settings and select the Ubuntu 16.0 for LTS and which is T2 micro. And in the VPC, let me just select the custom VPC. And you see here, because I have created two subnets, I can see only two subnets in 1A1 and another one in 1B. Okay, so if I just click on the public subnet, you see here, autos and public IP, I have enabled it. You see, it is using subnet setting. Okay, so that means this EC2 instance, which I'm going to create, will have public IP address by default. Otherwise, if you don't want it, you can even disable it manually. So I said automatically it creates without enabling it because it is enabled by default. Okay, so let me just go and create, I will just keep this as a default one. Let me just create this instance in the public subnet now. I would just keep everything as default. The storage, I'll just stick with the root volume and the name as public instance. Because I'm creating in public subnet. Just like that, I'm giving a name and I would just go for SSH only, review and launch. launch it. So choose an existing key pair. Okay, let's go for this. I'm not sure if I have this or not. Let me just stick this with this only. Otherwise, I have public. Yes, I created for this only. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just giving a key pair which is public and launch the instance. So now I created an instance, a public instance, and let me just launch another instance in private subnet. Okay, so let me just launch an instance. 2222 Ubuntu 16.05 LTS, C2 Micro, and this time custom VPC. You see for private subnet, because I have not enabled, it is disabled. A public subnet, because I have enabled, it is enabled. Okay, if you want to, you can still enable it, but by default it is disabled. Okay, so let me just stick with the private subnet and add storage, volume, and tags. So just give it as a private instance, configure security group, just keep it as anywhere, review and launch it. So because it's a private instance, I would choose a key pair as private and launch the instance. Okay, so now if you see here, I have created two instances, one in public subnet and other one is in private subnet. So now, if you need to understand it very carefully that, now, just a minute guys, just a minute. So, ma'am, can't we use same key pair for public? We can definitely use it. We can definitely use it. I'll tell you, or you will understand why I'm using a different key pairs. You can use it. So just to avoid the confusion for you when I'm working with the instances, I just given two different key pairs. So if I give same, you'll definitely there might be a chance that you will get confused. Okay. So yeah. What we have done created instances, right? Now, I said that this EC2 instance, the instance which was created in public subnet will have public IP address, and the instance which is in private subnet will not have private public IP address, right? It will just have private. Both will have private. Okay, let me just see in the console. So if I can go to the instances in the public subnet, you see the public subnet, it is having public IP, but for the private instance, I don't have a public IP. No, 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 not Elastic IP, Syed, Imran, Syed, no. I'll tell you, don't worry. So, and if you see the private IP addresses, you see, this is the public instance, right? If you see the private IP address of the public instance, it is telling 10.0.1.222, right? See, it is 10.0.1 dot. So it can vary from, excuse me, it can vary from 0 to 255, where first four and the last one will be reserved by AWS. Okay, and the IP address of this instance can be in between 5 to 254. So it took 222 from there randomly. Okay, and if you see the private instance, it is telling 10.0.2.132, And you see here, the private subnet, we have a CIDR as 10.0.2, and this as common for all the instances in this subnet. And this will vary from, again, the same story, 0 to 255, where the first 4 and the last one is reserved by AWS. And it took 132 for us. Okay. So now, if you just understand, if when we are actually logging into our EC2 instance, so guys, tell me, when you are logging into your EC2 instance, what is required? We have created an EC2 instance and we are connecting it. So what are the things which are required in order to connect to your EC2 instance? Key pair, public IP. Perfect answer. Yeah, you guys are wonderful. Yes. First of all, you should be having the key pair as well as the public IP, because you give in the command SSH -i your PEM file or the key pair Ubuntu at the rate of public IP address. Correct. Now, if you see here, from local PC, from your PC, obviously you can connect to this EC2 instance because this EC2 instance is having the public IP. Obviously, you can't connect to this because it doesn't have public IP, isn't it? Okay. First of all, you have the key pairs, the public and private, which I have created. Both the key pairs are in your local PC, isn't it? In your downloads folder. Okay, so in your downloads folder, you will have both the PEM files, both instances ka PEM file. Okay, so now from your local PC, you can connect to this EC2 instance as said, and you can't connect from your local PC to this EC2 instance because this EC2 instance is not having the public IP. But if you can remember, I said that all the machines can interact with each other within the same network if they are in the same network. Okay, so if you see here, this EC2 instance can talk to this EC2 instance with the help of private IP. So how do they communicate within the network? With the help of private IP. But if they want to interact outside of the network, inter-network, then you need a public IP address. Okay, so that means I can connect from this to this instance, but what I would do, I will connect from this EC2 instance to this EC2 instance. Okay, so let me repeat it. What I would do, from my local PC, because it is having public IP address, I will connect from my local PC to this EC2 instance, this public instance. Okay, so from public instance, I would connect to the private instance with the help of private IP. So for internal communication within the network, you don't need any public IP address. Okay, so now in the implementation part, see, in order to connect to this EC2 instance, in my local PC, I should have this public PEM file. I have it, correct? And also I have the public IP address. I can take it from the console. Now, I said that from this EC2 instance, you will be connecting to this. But this EC2 instance ka PEM file is not in this EC2 instance. Instead, it is in my local PC. Correct? See, let me repeat it. If I want to connect from my local PC to this EC2 instance, I need the public IP address as well as the public instance ka PEM file. I have it, so that I will connect from here to here. Fine, I'm fine. But to connect to this private instance from the public instance, this public instance should have the private IP address as well as the PEM file, the key pair of this EC2 instance in this EC2 instance. But I have it in both. I have it in the local PC. So what I need to do is, first of all, I need to connect it and I have to copy the private PEM file into this instance in order to connect from here to here. Am I clear? ఇంతసేపు మాట్లాడా ఏమన్నా అర్థమైందా లేదా? Super. Hamaya. Okay, pa. Yeah. Good, good, good. Nice. So what I would do, super. Okay. So now what I will do, I will connect um, with this PEM file and the public IP to this, and from this EC2 instance, before I connect to this, I would copy the private PEM file into this and I'll connect it. We will see the process, how it was. Okay. Quick glance, huh? Talking about the logging into that, Aisha, or the whole thing? So just to connect, right? No? From starting, oh my goodness. Okay. So what we have done, we have created, yeah. So what we have done, we have created a VPC. We have implemented it with a CIDR, and we have created two subnets. One is public, other one is a private. Okay. And then we have created internet gateway to get the internet access for the VPC. And we have created a route table, a public route table and a private route table. And to make this subnet public, we have added this internet gateway as a route, and we have associated this subnet to this route table, making this subnet as public subnet. And we have just associated this private subnet to this route table, making this subnet as private, so that the instances in the public subnet will have access to the internet, and whereas the instance in the private subnet will not have access to the internet. Okay. So once the VPC setup is done, what we have done, we have created an EC2 instance in public subnet by enabling the auto-assign public IPv4 address, so that EC2 instance will have public IP by default. And because we have not enabled the auto-assign public IPv4 setting, this EC2 instance will not have the public IP address by default. So in order to connect to this EC2 instance from my local PC, okay, so Arsha is just explaining. Yeah, so in order to connect to this EC2 instance from your local PC, you should be having the public IP address as well as the PEM file of this EC2 instance. Okay, so we have it. We have the public IP address and the PEM file in our local machine, but I cannot connect to this EC2 instance with the with the help of private IP. No, I need a public IP to connect from your local machine to this EC2 instance. But because these EC2 instances are in the same network, they can communicate within each other with the just help of private IP. So what I would do, I would connect from this EC2 instance, and in order to connect from the public instance to private instance, I need private instance ka PEM file in the public instance. But my PEM file or the my key pair of this instance is in the local PC. So what I would do, I will connect it. I give permissions to this EC2 instance so that I can copy from my local PC to this EC2 instance, and from this EC2 instance or from the public instance, I'll connect to the private instance. Guys, you're not able to hear me? Seriously? I'm shouting like anything. I think there's a problem with your internet, I think so, Aisha. Okay, you can hear me. Yeah. Okay, so let me just go and implement that. So let me just go to the downloads folder first of all. And initially, let me just connect to this instance. Okay, so let me just stop sharing. Why I am unable to hear? I don't know. Correct, right? Okay, so now if you see here, I am in the keypad folder where all my PEM files are there, including the private and the public PEM file. See, I have both the PEM files. Okay, so let me just connect to my public instance with the help of public PEM file. So just say right click and then say git bash here. Okay, so just expand it. Okay, so as a first step and as a mandatory step, please try to connect chmod. Sorry, change the permissions. I know the permissions are fine, but as a best practice. Okay, and then ssh -i your PEM file Ubuntu at the rate of the public IP address of the public instance. Okay, so paste it here, just say enter. So it'll ask you, are you sure you want to connecting? Yes, you are. And now you're in the public instance. You see, it's 10.0.1.222. You see the public instance ka private IP is 10.0.1.222. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll try to copy the private PEM file into this EC2 instance so that from this EC2 instance we'll be connecting to the private instance. Okay, so in order to do that, first of all, I need to go to git bash and go to sudo su, I think so, and give the permissions, read, write, execute permissions to /opt folder. Okay, so that I can copy the private instance the PEM file into the OPT folder. Okay, why I'm going to sudo su? I'm just giving a super user access because I'm changing the permissions of the OPT folder. Okay, so OPT folder is a folder which is already there in a Linux machine. Okay, you need not create it. Okay, so that is the reason what I'm doing. I'm giving read and execute permissions to the OPT folder so that it will allow me to copy the private instance. Okay, so it will allow me to copy the private instance ka PEM file into this local machine. Yeah, so what I would do, I have given the permissions. Now just go back, come back to the local PC because I have my PEM file here in my keeper folder, right? So the command would be scp -i. SCP is basically a secure copy. The CP is copy. S is secure copy because you're actually copying through to network. And you should give, one second guys, let me just write the command, I'll explain. So hope it's right. Oh, perfect. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I am copying the private instance ka PEM file into the OPT folder by giving the public instance ka PEM file and the public IP address. Of course, if I want to do some operations in an instance, what is required? You need the PEM file and the public IP address, right? So I'm mentioning this public PEM file, public instance ka PEM file and public IP to copy the private instance ka PEM file into the OPT folder. Am I clear? See, that is the reason I have given public and PEM file just to differentiate. Now, if I give the same name, you know, you'll get confused. Why there are two names? Now I can clearly differentiate that this is public instance ka PEM file, this is private instance ka PEM file. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now if you would have created with the same PEM file, doesn't matter. It's okay. Even if you create with the same PEM file, you have to give same names here. That's it. That is the only difference. Okay. So now this PEM file would be successfully copied to the OPT folder. Now let me check in the OPT folder by connecting into my instance. So now I am connecting to my Ubuntu. I'll go to /opt folder and say ls. You see, I have my PEM file now in my public instance. Now it is in public instance, you see. Before it is in my local machine only. Now it is also in the public instance. Now what I would do, I would connect to this EC2 instance from here. So how do I do it? So the same thing, like first of all, I need to change the permissions. chmod 400 and ssh -i, your PEM file, private instance ka PEM file, Ubuntu at the rate of private IP address of the private instance. Because internally you can connect through the private IP. So what I would do, I go to private instance, copy this private instance ka private IP and paste it here. అర్థమైందా? ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నాం. We're connecting. So how do we differentiate? You see, now I am in the public instance, right? 10.0.1.222. Once I connect it, here I will see the private instance ka private IP address. You will see the difference, don't worry. So I'm just connecting it. It is asking, are you sure? You can just say yes. Now if you see here, it is 10.0.2.132. But here, just before it was in my first instance, now I'm in the private instance. This is a public instance. Okay, so that's how you have connected from public instance to private instance by copying the PEM file. Am I clear till here? Cool. Okay, so now if I try to access the internet, you see, I will not be able to connect to the internet because it is not having internet gateway as a route. It is not having NAT also as a route. So now we will see. Now if you see here, it just says 0%, it will be connecting. But it will never connect if you see here. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll try to create a NAT instance. Not NAT gateway, we'll try to go and create a NAT instance. And once we create a NAT instance, what you do, you add this NAT as a route in the route table. Okay, then the EC2 instance will be able to access to the internet. So the one which is telling connecting, it should be connected 100%. We will just see that. Okay, we'll make sure it happens like that. So what do? Launch an instance. Instead of these AMIs, let me just go to come into AMIs and just type NAT. Yes, NAT gateway will be chargeable, guys. Don't create. It will 100% charges us. Okay. So just go for NAT. Just go to come into AMIs. Just type NAT. You'll get some random AMIs. Select any one of it, but make sure when you select an AMI, it is directed into the second step, which is this record is enabled. Okay, so if this record is disabled, please go back and select another AMI. Okay, guys, please concentrate. Okay, so in the assessment, whatever I paste it in the drive link, you will find each and every step one by one. Okay, so with this also. You'll find this thing also. Yeah. And once I'm done with the class, please write the notes, whatever we have discussed. Please concentrate now. Okay. So now I would go for, I selected the NAT AMI, which is a T2 micro, and go to the third step. Here, I would be creating the NAT in the public subnet. Okay. So let me just select the custom VPC, public subnet. Mohammed? Mohammed, I am actually in a class. I would call you after 4:30 IST, 4:30 p.m. IST. Mohammed, can you hear me? Guys, just give me a minute. I got a call. Just give me a minute. Okay. So I would select the public subnet to create my NAT instance, and I would just keep everything as default. And of course, I'll change the tag as a NAT instance. Okay. So security group, because this through this instance, it has to go to the internet. I would just open all traffic. Where is that? All traffic. Just keep it as anywhere. You can launch it. Launch it. It's okay. Whatever the keypad doesn't matter, and launch the instance. Okay, scroll down and you will be seeing a NAT instance which is running. Okay, so now what we have done, we have chosen the instance type, we have chosen security group, it will have a public IP address because we have created in the public subnet, and we'll see this part, source and destination check should be disabled. So what you need to do is click on the instance, it's still pending, but let's try if we can do it. Go to networking, change the source and destination check, click on this and disable. It's enabled by default, you see. I've just disabled it. So now it is disabled. You can enable it if you want to. Okay. So now we have done all these things, and the last step is adding this NAT as a route in the route table. Then only the instance will be able to access to the internet as a last step. Okay. So go back to the console. So go to VPC, with route tables. Click on the private route table this time, because in public we have internet gateway, right? So in the private, let me add NAT gateway or the NAT instance. So add a route. So here, instead of NAT gateway, we just select the instance, NAT instance. And you need to select the NAT one which we have created. And obviously we should give internet. And save the routes. Okay, so as soon as this is ready, I can go back to my, and you see, it just got connected. Tap, 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 tap. I have not done anything. You are seeing my screen. Okay, that's how you can make your instance in the private subnet to access to the internet with the help of NAT. Am I clear? Till here? బాగుంది కదా రాయిని ఊరికే సరదాగా ఓకే ఒక్క ఇస్తున్నామేనా అంతేనా ఒక్కరికే అర్థమైందా You are clear till here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'll show you on another way. I may not do it, but I'll just show you. Ippudu what we have done, we have created a NAT instance, right? I'll just show you how to go for NAT gateway. You see how easy it is. So in the left navigation, you have NAT gateways. Okay, so click on the NAT gateway. It is like internet gateway only. It's like how easy we create an internet gateway the same way. So just click on the NAT gateway and give a name NAT. Okay, and I said that your NAT instance or the gateway should be in the public subnet, so that you have to select the public subnet. Public subnet custom VPC. It's a private subnet, it's a public subnet. Click on that, and you have to give the elastic IP address. So I said that elastic IP address will charge us, correct? So when we are doing it, you can just say allocate. If you just click on this, it will allocate it and you can create it. So once you create it, what you have to do? Go to route tables, click on the private route table, edit the routes, add the route, and here you have to select NAT gateway instead of instance. Because I don't have an ID, I'm not able to find it, but you will get an ID and you give the same route and then you have to save it. Obviously, you'll get the same result like this. Okay, now? So NAT instance you have to select the instance. If it is a NAT gateway, you have to go for NAT gateway only. Okay, so మామూలుగా ఎలాస్టిక్ ఐపీ ఎట్లా క్రియేట్ చేస్తామంటే you go to elastic IP addresses. ఇక్కడ ఎలాస్టిక్ IP ఉందిగా, and allocate elastic IP address, and allocate అన్నామంటే అయిపోతుంది, ఒక IP address వచ్చేస్తుంది, మన బిల్లింగ్ లో కూడా కాస్ట్ పడుతుంది పార్లీ ఏమంటే 1 hour కి. ఓకే, సో NAT gateway అయినా NAT instance అయినా ఎస్ సేమ్. I said elastic IP in this case only to grant access for private instance. I said you said మీరే మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారా? నాకు అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు. అడుగుతున్నారా? Oh, you are telling to me only, wa? You said when you said that elastic IP in this case only to grant for private instance. Ramesh, question mark పెట్టాడు ఇప్పుడు. Okay, Ramesh, yes. When you are going for NAT instance, you don't need an elastic IP, obviously. తేజ కరెక్ట్ సరిపోతుంది. సి మనం కనెక్ట్ చేసేసాం కదా, అయిపోయింది, ఇంటర్నెట్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది కదా. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ట్రైంగ్ టు షో యూ హౌ వి గో ఫర్ ద నాట్ గేట్వే. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక్క ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి నాట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ సరిపోయింది T2 మైక్రో విచ్ ఇస్ అండర్ ఫ్రీ టైర్. బట్ యూజువల్లీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ నాట్ గేట్వేనే ప్రిఫర్ చేస్తాయి. ఎందుకంటే క్రిటికాలిటీ, లైక్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్స్ అ క్రిటికల్ అప్లికేషన్, అప్పుడు కాస్ట్ సేవింగ్స్ అని ట్రై చేయరు వాళ్ళు. Ma'am, if we use same key pair for public and private subnet, how do we? No. We are using the same key pair for public and private instance. Subnet kaadu. How do we connect public subnet to private subnet? Any question ఏ ఆ సబ్నెట్ ప్లేస్ లో ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఉండాలి. కచంద్ర, అదే కదా నీ క్వశ్చన్, సబ్నెట్ కాదు కదా. సో పబ్లిక్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ టు ప్రైవేట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాం, సబ్నెట్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లే మనం. ఓకే, కీ పేర్ కి దానికి సంబంధమే లేదు. కీ పేర్ ఇస్ జస్ట్ ప్రైవేట్ కీ, అంటే పాస్వర్డ్ అంతే ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడానికి. సో వీ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ ఇట్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. If we use elastic IP continuously, it won't be chargeable, right? But how frequently you use it? నిన్నెవరు అడిగారు ఇట్లనే, సుజాతనా ఎవరప్పా, జయశ్రీ, కరెక్ట్. సి elastic IP continuously అంటే, సి లెట్స్ టేక్ ఫేస్బుక్. I told the same thing to her also. ఫేస్బుక్ మనము ఆర్ జీమెయిల్, ఫేస్బుక్ తీసుకుందాం, నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్ తీసుకుందాం. ఓకే, సో ఎట్ దిస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం, ఈ మూమెంట్ లో ఎంతమంది యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు? చాలా మంది యూజ్ చేస్తుంటారు అప్లికేషన్. ఓకే, but if you create an elastic IP address, will you be sitting in the browser and keep on refreshing it? నో రైట్. ఓకే, సో యూజ్ చేయడము అంటే జస్ట్ అసోసియేషన్ అని కాదు, యూ హ్యావ్ టు యూజ్ దట్ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్. అర్థమైందా ఇమ్రాన్? అయ్యి బాబాయ్ చాలా క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చాయి, ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగండి చెప్తా. క్యాన్ పబ్లిక్ అండ్ ప్రైవేట్ సబ్నెట్ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రిఫిక్సా? డిఫరెంట్ ప్రిఫిక్సే పెట్టాం కదా మనము బాలాజీ. సి మనం ఏం చేసాము, పబ్లిక్ సబ్నెట్ కి 10.0.1 ఇది ఒక ప్రిఫిక్స్, ప్రైవేట్ సబ్నెట్ కి 10.0.2 ఈ డిఫరెంటే కదా. 10.0 అనేది విపిసి ప్రిఫిక్స్, ఇది మనం మార్చలేము, ఆబ్వియస్లీ మార్చలేము. /16 అంటే ఏంటి, ఫస్ట్ 16 బిట్స్ ఏంటంటే నెట్వర్క్ ప్రిఫిక్స్. ఆల్ ద ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్ ఇన్ ద విపిసి విల్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ 10.0 as కామన్. ఇన్ దట్ విపిసి 10.0 వదిలేసి ఇవి డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసాము. ఓకే, దేర్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రిఫిక్స్ ఓన్లీ. క్యాన్ కాదు, సేమ్ అసలు ఉండలేవు. మ్యామ్ వై డిడ్ వి యూస్ ఆల్ జీరోస్? ఏంటి అంటే అది ఇంటర్నెట్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే అదే యూస్ చేయాలి. క్యాన్ యూ షో మీ ద క్రియేషన్ ఆఫ్ సబ్నెట్స్ వన్స్ విత్ రౌట్ టేబుల్? హర్షవర్ధన్ జయశ్రీ అంటున్నాడు, ఒక్క నిమిషం. సి ఏంటి అంటే హౌ అంటే క్రియేట్ రౌటబుల్స్కి వెళ్ళి క్రియేట్ రౌట్ టేబుల్, సే టెస్ట్. ఓకే, సో కస్టమ్ విపిసి సెలెక్ట్ చేసి గివ్ అ నేమ్ అండ్ క్రియేట్ ఇట్. once we create a route table, okay, once we create the route table, what you have to do is we have to go to for associations ikkada. So edit subnet associations and you select the subnet whatever you wanted and save it. Okay na, ala cheyali. Aha, okay. Balaji, yes, we can go for it. అవి ప్రిఫిక్సెస్ కాదు, వాటిని ఏమంటారు, /16 వాటిని సరేలే డిఫరెంట్ నెంబర్స్ తో క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే హర్షవర్ధన్, ఓకే ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్స్. ఓకేనా బాలాజీ, వీ కెన్ డూ ఇట్. ఒక సబ్నెట్ కి /24 ఉండొచ్చు, ఒక సబ్నెట్ /28 ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ఎడ్జ్ అసోసియేషన్? నేను ఎడ్జ్ అసోసియేషన్ అనలే, సబ్నెట్ అసోసియేషన్ అన్నా. జయశ్రీ డియర్, ఐ సెడ్ సబ్నెట్ అసోసియేషన్, ఎడ్జ్ అనలేమ్మా నేను. ఓకేనా, ఎడ్జ్ అసోసియేషన్ అనేది ఎక్కడ లేదే. దీని పక్కన ఉందా? ఓకే, ఎడ్జ్ అసోసియేషన్ ఏంటంటే మామూలుగా అదొక వేరే కాన్సెప్ట్, ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్కి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో మామూలుగా మీరు ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్స్ అంటే ఏంటంటే దేర్ వి విల్ బి యూజింగ్ క్లౌడ్ ఫ్రంట్. సో వెన్ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద S3, ఓకే, సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనము ముంబైలో ఉన్నాం, కానీ మన డేటా సెంటర్స్, మన డేటా వచ్చేసి నార్త్ వర్జీనియాలో ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, సో నార్త్ వర్జీనియా రీజన్ నుంచి మనం డేటా ఫెచ్ చేసేటప్పుడు వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్, యూ మే హ్యావ్ సమ్ లేటెన్సీ ఇష్యూస్ బికాస్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు ట్రావెల్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ టు హియర్. సో వాట్ వీ కెన్ డూ, వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ద ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్స్. ఓకే, ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్స్ ఏంటి అంటే దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఫిజికల్ డేటా సెంటర్స్ వేర్ యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ద ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ యాక్సెస్ డేటా. సో మనం అక్కడ ఆ రీజన్ లో ఫ్రీక్వెంట్ గా యాక్సెస్ చేసే డేటాని మనం ఈ ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్స్ లో కాపీ చేయొచ్చు. ఆ ఎడ్జ్ లొకేషన్స్ అసోసియేషన్స్ యూ కెన్ గో ఫర్ హియర్. వెరీ సింపుల్. యా, డిలీట్ చేసేద్దాం ఇది. ఇక్కడ మ్యామ్ ప్రొవైడ్ ద అసెస్మెంట్ లింక్. ఓకే, జస్ట్ గివ్ మీ మినిట్, ఐ విల్ డూ ఇట్. ఇంకా హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఉంది, మీ ఇష్టం, మీరు ఏ క్వశ్చన్ అయితే మొత్తం ఈ క్లాస్ అంతా మీ బీపీసీకే డెడికేషన్ అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే ఇది కొంచెం కాంప్లెక్స్ టాపిక్ కదా, మీరు ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్ అయినా అడగండి, ఆరామ్సే డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. Please provide S3 hands-on document also. I'll do it. Ma'am, you told today we will see PPT slides. No, 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 no. నిన్న డిస్కషన్ చేసాం కదా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేద్దాము అని. స్లైడ్స్ అట్లా చెప్తాం, ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయలే కదప్పా. అన్నానా ఏమో మరి. సరేలే ఏం కాదులే. ఆ, వేరే చెప్తే క్షమించేవా రమేష్. Just kidding. రేపు చూద్దాం. నో నో నో, నాట్ టుమారో ఆల్సో. క్యాన్ వి ట్రై అ హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ నౌ? సి గైస్, హర్షవర్ధన్ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ లో అయిపోతుందా? రేపు చేద్దాం కదా. మ్యూచువల్లీ ఓకే అండి. సి ఈసీ2 మనకి గంటన్నర పట్టింది. ఈ విపిసి అంటే చాలా టైం పడుతుందేమో. కరెక్ట్. AWS takes 5 IP addresses for each subnet. For each subnet. Okay. Could you explain from opt? Peering లేదు పా. పియరింగ్ కనెక్షన్ అనేది హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ ఏం లేదు. యా, నో నో, నాట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ నేను చార్జబుల్ అని అనలేదు. నాట్ గేట్ వైస్ చార్జబుల్ అన్నాను. యా, ఓకే. See, if you don't have any questions, if you ask me to go for slides, yes, we'll go for it. No problem. But ఒకసారి స్టార్ట్ చేశాక మళ్ళీ రేపు హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ అనేది మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ చేయడం ఇష్టం లేక I was doing this. Okay. So what AWS will do with 5 IP addresses? Hey, they have their own cases to allocate here. ఒకటి నెట్వర్క్ అడ్రస్ అంటది, ఒకటి రౌట్ టేబుల్ కంటది, ఒకటి బ్రాడ్కాస్ట్ అంటది, ఒకటి ఫ్యూచర్ యూస్ కంటది చెప్తుంది. యూ విల్ సీ ఇన్ స్లైడ్స్ ఫర్ వాట్ దే విల్ యూజ్ అనేది. ఇమేజ్ బిల్డర్ కూడా లేదు పా. నో హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ లేదు. ఇమేజ్ బిల్డర్ అనేది యాక్చువల్గా న్యూ ఫీచర్. సో వీఆర్ నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ మచ్ స్కోప్ ఆల్సో, డోంట్ వరీ. చాలా కొత్తగా వచ్చింది, మొన్నే వచ్చింది. సో మీకు చేసి అర్థమవుతుందని చెప్పాను. ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఐ క్రియేటెడ్ అ పబ్లిక్ సబ్నెట్ విత్ no 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 see, the subnet in your VPC in your account is different from the subnet in their VPC in their account. That's not the same subnet. ఇంకా ఈ క్వశ్చన్ రావట్లేదు ఏదా అని చూస్తున్నా. ఎస్, నాకు కూడా ఫస్ట్ అదే డౌట్ వచ్చింది తెలుసా. సేమ్ ఇస్తున్నాం కదా అని. నో నో నో, that's completely different. So the VPC which we create will have a different VPC ID and it differentiates everything. Okay. Imran, if you feel that it is not charging, you can try it and you can tell us maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. As per my knowledge, yes, it will charge us as soon as you get an elastic IP. ఎందుకంటే నేను ఛార్జ్ క్రియేట్ చేసి పే కూడా చేశాను అందుకే. Yes, you can try it here. Yes, Jayashree. I think it will just charge 7 rupees. 4 కాదు కానీ 7 rupees అనుకుంటా. Yeah. Yes, guys, you can try it. And I forgot to ask you. Guys, who all know Python here? Any Python students who are aware of Python? Harshavardhan is knowing it. Akash, oh, wow. Guys, can you build a simple application? Can you ping me personally, va? What we'll do, we'll try to build a simple application. Asalu Python, someone can explain in the class. Okay, so how to deploy a Python in an EC2 instance. I just want everyone to know this because it might be helpful for you guys. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరు మాట్లాడట్లేదు చూడండి. ఓకే, కూల్. జయశ్రీకి వచ్చా అయితే పైథాన్. జయ, సో వాట్ యూ డిడ్ హియర్, యూ జస్ట్ ట్రై టు ఇన్స్టాల్ అ పైథాన్ అప్లికేషన్. అసలు ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది నాకు పెద్ద ఐడియా లేదు. సో ఫ్రేమ్ వర్క్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్, డిజాంగో, మీరు ఏం ఫ్రేమ్ వర్క్స్ యూస్ చేస్తారో ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్క్రాచ్, what you can do is you can just build an application. Yeah, please try it. And even multiple people chesna parledu, I'll allow you to share your screen if possible, or we'll connect it personally, and with the help of you I will try to share it, and you can help me when I'm sharing and explaining things, or I'll unmute yourself and you can explain the things. Is that fine? It's okay. I'm not worrying about how deep you are. I just want to deploy a Python application in EC2 instance. So here also we are learning AWS only, but I just want to know how Python would be deployed, a Python application. However, just try it. Maybe after few days, just let me know once you're ready, and we'll try to implement in the class so that everyone will know it. Cool. Who are aware of database? You don't know how to deploy in EC2. EC2 ఒక జస్ట్ ఇన్స్టెన్సే కదా. లైక్ మీరు ఒకసారి ట్రై చేయండి, లైక్ డిప్లాయింగ్ అన్ అప్లికేషన్ ఇన్ పైత్ ఇన్ లినిక్స్ అని చెప్పేసి గూగుల్ సెర్చ్ చేయండి. యూ వుడ్ గెట్ ద కమాండ్స్. ఓకే, ఇన్ లినిక్స్ అంటే ఉబుంటు అని కొట్టండి, ఆర్ ఇన్ రెడ్ హ్యాట్ వాట్ ఎవర్. ఓకే, సో యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ ట్రై ఇట్. ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు డూ ఇట్. వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్ ఏదో ఒకటి. ఎస్ ప్లీజ్. ఇట్స్ ఓకే, ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ టైమ్ ఇట్స్ ఫైన్. Okay, cool, cool. Um, by using Streamlit library. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So మీరు చేయండి. Just tell me. You can just present in the class. బాగుంటది కదా ప్రెసెంట్ చేస్తే అందరి ముందు. ఓకే. Yes, just give me a minute. I'm just copying this. Um, yeah, నేను ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే. ఓకే ఆకాష్, ఐల్ డూ ఇట్. మ్యామ్ అప్లికేషన్ ద సెన్స్ స్మాల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. అవును చైతన్య, చిన్న ప్రోగ్రామ్ అంతే. అసలు జస్ట్ మనం పబ్లిక్ ఐపీ పెడితే హోస్ట్ అవ్వాలి కదా. మనకి మామూలుగా అపాచే ట్రై చేసాం కదా, మనం దాని ప్లేస్ లో పైథాన్ అప్లికేషన్ పెడతాం అంతే. సో లైక్ ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ ఇట్ క్యాన్ బి జావా ఆర్ .NET ఆర్ పైథాన్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఆర్ గో. సో ఎలా రన్ చేయాలనేది ఒక ఐడియా కోసం ఏమేం ప్యాకేజ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తాం, ఒక్కొక్క ప్యాకేజ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్, అండ్ పబ్లిక్ ఐపీ హోస్ట్ పెట్టగానే మనకి పైథాన్ అప్లికేషన్ రన్ అవ్వాలి అంతే. అయ్యయ్యో, ఫస్ట్ స్లైడ్స్ అవే కదా వాట్ ఆర్ ద రోల్స్ అనేది. సి, ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ ఆర్కిటెక్ట్ అంటే if you see here, what we are doing is we are actually trying to understand the services and we are building, like for example ఒక client కి ఒక అప్లికేషన్ డిప్లాయ్ చేయాలి అంటే EC2 రన్ చేస్తాము. వాళ్ళకు ఒక కంప్లీట్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి అంటే VPC. వాళ్ళకి స్టోరేజ్ కావాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వి విల్ ఆస్క్ సర్వర్ ద్వారా స్టోరేజా, వేర్ దే కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ఫర్ ద ఫైల్స్ అంటే EFS యూస్ చేస్తాం. అదర్వైజ్ జనరల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాయిసెస్ అంటే S3 యూస్ చేస్తాం. Okay, so what we are doing according to the requirement of the client infrastructure. So for example, tano already data center undi, they have their own data center in the on premises, but now they want to move to AWS migration. Okay, so what we'll do, according to the data center infrastructure in the on premises, what we'll do, we'll try to build the infrastructure in cloud in AWS. Okay, so that is basically the architect role. Architect will build the architecture. Yeah. Okay, so let me just go back and I would explain the VPC thing again. ఈఎఫ్ఎస్ వర్క్ అయిపోయింది. విపిసి వచ్చేసి అప్లోడెడ్. S3 కూడా అప్లోడ్ చేసేసాను పా in the assessments. Okay, I think I'm fine. Go back. Uh, yeah, share the screen. ఒక్క నిమిషం మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి అప్పుడు స్లైడ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం మనకు టైం ఉంటే. అయ్యయ్యో, 1 సెకండ్ గైస్. ఎనీవన్, ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఇందాక ఎవరు అడిగారు ఓపీటీ నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయమని. లెట్ మీ డూ దట్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. ఓకే, సో వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ డన్, ఓపీటీ ఫోల్డర్. ఓకే, see, public PEM file, private PEM file, public EC2, private EC2. Okay, so now what we have done from our local PC, with the help of public PEM file and public IP address of this instance, we have connected. Okay, so now in order to connect from this instance to this instance should have the private PEM file in this instance, correct? So what we have done, we have connected to this EC2 instance, and what we have done, we have given permissions to OPT folder. Enduku ante, when I am copying it, it should not throw me an error that it is not having permissions to copy into the OPT folder. So what I have done, I have given read write execute permissions to the OPT folder. Okay, so once I gave to the OPT folder, I went back to the local machine, exit ani, I went to the local machine, and then I have copied with the SCP command. Ikkada nunchi SCP -I, this PEM file, all the information. Then it got copied. This private PEM file was copied into the OPT folder of this instance. Now in this instance, I have my PEM file and the private IP address. Because they are in the same network, they can connect with the PEM file and the private IP. Ikkada public IP kada, ikkada private IP. Okay, now if I can show you in this thing. So what I have done, I have connected. I went to sudo to give the permissions. Ikkada okay, so I have connected to my instance. Okay, so I go to super user access and I have given the permissions to the OPT folder, and then I went back to the local PC and I copied the private PEM file into the OPT folder. Once I copied to the OPT folder, I went back and logged in into the instance again, the public instance. Then I see the private instance ka PEM file in the OPT folder. You see? Now I have connected from the public instance to the private instance. Okay, so how? By giving the private IP address, you see. So finally I have connected to my private instance. You see this? Okay, so after the creation of private instance, you can give. See, అలా ఏం లేదు పై, మీరు ఇవ్వచ్చు, ఏం కాదు. మీరు ఏ ఫోల్డర్ అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు. See, 1 second చెప్తాను వినండి. మీరు ఏ ఫోల్డర్కి అయితే పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తున్నారో మీరు అదే ఫోల్డర్ ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేయాలి అంతే. గివ్ ద పాత్, రైట్ పాత్. ఐఎమ్ షేరింగ్ ద స్క్రీన్. Guys, you're not able to see my screen? Hey, I'm sharing, yeah. I'm sharing. Obviously, I can see that screen, right? Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, so what I have done, I have connected and I have given the permissions to the OPT folder and I have copied to the OPT folder and I went to the OPT folder now and I checked with the PEM, I checked the PEM file. So once it is there, I have connected to my private instance. Okay. So once I have connected to my private instance, I'm not able to connect to the internet. In order to do that, I went for NAT instance. So obviously I have taken care of the security group, instance type. Okay, I missed it. So instance type, source and destination check, and I have the public IP address. Okay, and I have added the NAT as a route in the route table so that my private instance is able to connect to the internet. You see? Am I clear? Yes or no? Someone asked me to explain from OPT folder. ఎవరు అడిగారు ఎవరో అడిగారు ఇందాక ఎప్పుడో ఓకేనా వాళ్ళకి opt is inbuilt folder in Linux. Yes, yes. Okay. So someone asked me, జయశ్రీ అడిగిందా? Okay. So someone asked me to explain from the yesterday's class. Guys, can anyone explain? Anyone? I'll just unmute them so that no, we'll see how you guys understood. Anyone can raise their hands. So we have 10 more minutes. If you can explain. I mean, instead of me explaining all the time. Acha, sure. I'll help. I'll help. No worries. ఎక్కడైనా మీరు ఆగిపోతే నేను హెల్ప్ చేస్తాను. Where should I start? I కరెక్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ హర్షవర్ధనే ఓకే అంటాడని. ఫ్రమ్ ద విపిసి అంటే నేను ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేశాను నిన్న అలాగా. యూ ఫైన్ హర్షవర్ధన్ చేస్తారా? అంటే నేను చెప్తాను కదా, ఇన్ AWS in northwestern region we have to create a VPC. Oh, cool. Okay, let me just unmute yourself. I'll just unmute you. Harshavardhan. Okay, you can now unmute and talk.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you, Harshavardhan.
Yeah. So at first we have to create an VPC in North Virginia, US state. Sorry, US North Virginia state, and then it should be named as whatever custom VPC, and then we have to create. We have to create an okay. We have to create. It was the 1 minute, ma'am. Yeah, we have to create an internet gateway. So in that, ma'am, can you please hold for 1 minute, ma'am? I will switch on my lap and then I can continue.
Sure.
Yeah, ma'am. 1 minute. Ma'am, can I?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So at first we have to create an VPC instance. First of all, we have to create an VPC, and then it should be named as custom shot. Next, we have to create an internet gateway so that we can connect the public instance. The instance is EC2 instance, either it's public or private. We can connect it. So we can connect it, and then, ma'am, 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem. See, initially you created a VPC and then you need to create the subnets. Talk about subnets. So when you are creating a VPC, you would be giving a CIDR. So these CIDRs can be taken from the RFC 1918 standards. So
Yeah.
RFC 1918 standard is basically where you can create a private network. So these are some of the standards which we need to follow when you are creating a network. Okay, and
Well,
Akash?
ma'am,
Yeah.
so should I explain about the practical part, or whatever you said in the theory, whatever the
No,
image is
theory.
being displayed?
Theory is enough. Theory is enough.
Theory is enough. Okay, ma'am, I thought the thing, so I sit down my lap. Okay, ma'am. So at first, we have to create an I will explain the whatever is there in the display. The first box is the AWS console, wherever we are creating, and then the blue one is like the region where which region we are going to save our data. So we have selected the North Virginia prod. In that, we are creating an VPC. So in that VPC, we are going to create an public
Subnets.
road, subnets. So each subnet will be given an unique IP address. For example, public subnet, and we will be having two subnets. They will be given different IP address. Why? Because why they are giving two subnets? Because the private subnet should not coincide or correlate with the private subnet. So they are giving two subnets. So the default subnet is 10.0. is the default. Then after that, whatever we are going to assign to the public address, that we are going to assign by ourselves. For example, for the public subset, what we have assigned here is 10.0.1.0/24. /24, that means, so the /24 means from the port 24, each number 10 is one part, 0 is the other part, 1 is the other part, other 0 is the other. Each part will be having 8 8 ma'am, can
Bits.
you suggest me
Yeah.
what is
So it's basically a one octet. So an IP address is divided into 4 octets. One octet is 8 bits. Okay.
yeah, I
So
got it.
yes, the
And
subnets
after
which we create, the subnets which we create should not overlap. That is the reason we are giving different subnets. And yes, we are creating two subnets. One is for public and private. Just to not to interact from one instance to the other instance. Maybe like you can have the database in the private subnet and can have application in the public subnet. Okay, so that the database will not be able to access to the internet. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so here the public subnet, we have taken 10.0.1.0/24. That 24 means each subnet will be having 8 bits. So in 10, we'll be having 8 bits, and 0 will be having 8 bits, 1 8 bits, and then the last 0 is 8 bits. Total will be having 32 bits. So here the /24 indicates from 24th bit, whatever the 24th bit, we are going to use the subnets. Then the same like that in the private subnet, we are going to use 10.0./24. So that is done. Then so we have created an public instance and the private instance. So now how to connect it? So one instance, we have created two instances, public and private. So we can connect them to internet using public route table. So we have to create a public route table RT, which was displayed over there, to the public instance. So now the public instance is connected to the internet through route cable, but the private instance has not been connected yet. So so how to connect that? How we can connect the private instance? So we can connect the private instance, the private EC2, to the internet by using NAT. So how does it work? How NAT will work? So NAT works as an gateway or mediator between the EC2 public private and the EC2 private, EC2 instance private IP. So now, so how, as ma'am said before, how it's going to be connected. So it's going to be connect. For example, we have created an public IP, EC2 public address, and we have extracted the process, whatever ma'am said. We have extracted the key pair, and then we have run the git bash. And then, so how to connect this EC2, public EC2, private EC2 to public EC2. So at first we have to connect the public EC2 to the internet by using git bash. After that, we have to enter into the super user sudo su. So after that, what we will do is we will call, or we will allocate the private IP address into the public IP address, as ma'am showed. The copy option, copy the public key into private key using the public address of public key. So once it is done, it will automatically, it will get extracted. So into that. So after that, it will not be have done, like I have finished connecting the what to say, private address to the public by using NAT. So it will be showing it's like connecting, but it will not connect still. It will be going on, going on.
Oh yes. So when we connect the public instance to the private subnet, so we can connect from the public instance to from this instance we can connect to the private instance, but this instance will not be able to access to the internet. In order to get the internet access, you should be going for the NAT. Okay. So in order to go for NAT, we have two ways. One is NAT instance, and the one is a NAT gateway. So what we have done, we have created the NAT instance because it is under free tier, and the gateway is not under free tier because we have to go for elastic IP. Okay. So once we create a NAT instance, we have taken care of the instance type, security group, public IP, and then this part, the source and destination check. So once we create the NAT instance, we have added this NAT as a route table in the public, in the private subnet, so that the instance will be able to access to the internet. Hence proved.
Yeah, done, ma'am. And
yeah, thank you so much.
The source and destination check.
Yeah, correct. So the source and destination check should be disabled, because by default for all the instances it would be enabled.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Harshvardhan. I really appreciate it. So coming forward and explaining things. Okay. So guys, so we should be like that, you know. Even if we are not aware of much of the things, if you just know the overview of it, yes, it's fine to come and then explain. So even that is the reason I'm asking you to go for the Python application also. If someone can do it, if you are aware of it, yes, please try to do it and explain in the class. It would be really good. Okay. So Akash, so route table is not part of Route 53. No, that's a different thing. Okay. So ma'am, if we go for interview at the Amazon as a fresher regarding architect role, is certification necessary? So guys, if you are a fresher, you can tell that I've just learned AWS and I'm in the process of doing the certification. So in that meanwhile, I updated my resume and I got a call for this interview. You can just tell like that, and but make sure you do the certification. Aram says slowly. You will have you need time, okay, for the certification. And another thing is like, sir, guys, if you're trying for as a fresher for AWS, and please try to learn any programming language. As said, Python is now it's booming, so please learn Python. I strongly suggest. So the probability of getting chances, getting a calls would be more if you learn some other thing with AWS. It increases the chances. Okay. Sandeep is asking where I need to enable the autos in public IP. So Sandeep, you have to go to the subnet, click on the public subnet, go to actions and enable auto assign public IP. Okay. Oh yeah, Jayesh, thank you so much. See, Java is amazing. Yeah, I didn't say why not Java. It is just that if you are new, if you are a fresher, and if you are not into any programming language and you want to learn, or I surely suggest that to learn Python. That's it. Okay, because now Python is more used. See, first of all, learn core Python, and then if you have understood about the Python, then you can go for advanced. See, guys, what I suggest is you should never stop learning, even if you are 60. You should never stop learning. You should keep on learning things. You know, that's where you get good. In terms of money, you get good package. In terms of respect, and you will not be like dumb. No, you would be energetic all the time. You would be dedicating something to the world. Let's do that. Yeah. Just learn, just start with the basics, and then according to your time and then the opportunities, you can learn in advance. Okay, you know what, just learning Python, people are getting jobs. So now you are into AWS and also Python. It's amazing. Learn programming language if you are new, that's okay. Whether you use it or not doesn't matter. Whatever you learn, even see, ఇది సబ్జెక్ట్ అనే కాదు, మన లైఫ్ లో మనం ఏవైతే నేర్చుకుంటామో ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఉపయోగపడకపోవచ్చు, కానీ తర్వాత తర్వాత ఖచ్చితంగా ఉపయోగపడతాయి. హర్షవర్ధన్, యూ కెన్ డూ దట్. ఇట్ వుడ్ బి అమేజింగ్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ ప్రెజెంట్ దట్. సెలబ్రిటీ అనాలిసిస్ చూద్దాం ఏంటో అది. ఓ, ఏపీఎస్ఎస్డి కూడా చేస్తుందా? ప్లీజ్ అటెండ్ దెన్. ఎస్ గాయత్రి. Okay, just learn things, explore a lot of things now, and maybe once you get a job you might be into deep understanding of a particular skill. Maybe AWS డీప్ వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు, పైథాన్ వెళ్ళొచ్చు, మనకు తెలియదు కదా మనకి ఏది ఎలా కలిసి వస్తుందో కదా. See, it doesn't matter whether you are in Java stream or Python stream, doesn't matter. ఓకే, సి జావా అసలు ఓషన్, దానికి అసలు తిరుగు లేదు. నేను దాని గురించి అసలు తప్పు మాట్లాడట్లేదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ దాట్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ అవర్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్, జస్ట్ లెర్న్. ఓకే, సో జావా స్ట్రీమ్ లో సజెషన్స్ కావాలి అంటే వాట్ యు మీన్ బై దాట్? చైతన్య, ప్లీజ్ పింగ్ మీ ఇన్ వాట్సాప్. విల్ టాక్ what exactly you mean. I have shared the assessment link, guys. I have no see, అసెస్మెంట్ లింక్ కాదు, గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ లింక్ నేను ఎప్పుడు పంపిస్తాను కదా మీకు. గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ లింక్ ఎప్పుడు మీకు ఆల్రెడీ పంపించేశాను, లింక్డ్ఇన్ లో కూడా ఉంది. ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ ఆస్క్ మీ అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్. యా, టైమ్ అప్ కదా. బై బై గైస్, ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ విత్ యువర్ బ్లాక్ చైన్. Okay, so tomorrow we'll just continue all of the questions. We can just postpone because yeah, you need to connect to other session. Chalo, bye bye, have a great day. Okay, whatever the remaining day. Bye bye. Yeah, yeah, thank you.